Hello and welcome to a 2L. Today we are here with a scenario that will push the limits of your imagination. Thousands of nuclear explosions in the Mariana Trench, a mysterious feast of energy in the depths, and the dramatic screams of nature on the surface. Let's dive into this wild science fiction scenario together. What we are about to describe is a utopian scenario. It is a list of things that could theoretically happen. The Mariana Trench is the deepest place on Earth, 36,000 feet deep, with thousands of species living in it. And we still don't know exactly what is going on there. What would happen if 1,000 atomic bombs were dropped into the Mariana Trench? Each atomic bomb is extremely powerful in terms of explosion energy. 1,000 atomic bombs would cause an enormous explosion of nuclear energy at the bottom of the trench. The explosion breaks apart water molecules, creating a huge hydrodynamic effect. Ridges and craters form on the seabed. Millions of tons of water gush out of the bottom of the pit as a result of the explosion, forming a huge water column. The shaping of the seafloor and the environmental impact of the water column greatly affect the ecosystem of the trench. What would happen if 1,000 hydrogen bombs were dropped into the Mariana Trench? The power of hydrogen bombs would cause a massive nuclear explosion deep in the Mariana Trench. The explosion affects the geological structure of the trench. Hydrothermal springs form at the bottom of the trench as a result of the explosion. However, this also severely affects the surrounding deep-sea ecosystem. Environmental changes on the water floor affect the geological formations of the trench, and new outcrops and trenches appear. The habitats of organisms on the seafloor can change drastically. An enormous water column and vapor cloud forms on the sea surface. The intensity of the eruption can cause huge waves in the immediate vicinity. The explosion on the surface affects the atmosphere due to the radiation and particles emitted into the atmosphere. This can lead to a distinct radiation cloud and colored light phenomena in the atmosphere. What happens when 1,000 hydrogen bombs and 1,000 atomic bombs are dropped into the Mariana Trench at the same time? The explosion of 1,000 hydrogen bombs and 1,000 atomic bombs at the bottom of the trench creates a scene reminiscent of a nuclear inferno. The water is completely vaporized by the explosions, and a huge void forms at the bottom of the pit. The release of the surrounding water vapor into the atmosphere affects the atmosphere worldwide and creates an enormous visual feast. The resulting cloud of radiation brightens the sky in color, creating an unforgettable sight. Atmospheric color changes are observed worldwide. Environmental impacts and radiation affect ecological systems around the world and have serious consequences. To summarize this impact in a few words: nuclear inferno, huge voids, atmosphere burning, a colorful sky, and very serious changes in the ecosystem. In this video, we go beyond science fiction scenarios and explore the scenario of thousands of nuclear explosions in the Mariana Trench. But remember, this is just a fantasy and cannot happen in reality. We all have a responsibility to respect the natural beauty of our world and the unique ecosystems it harbors. By exploring this dramatic scenario, we aim to remind you of the fine line between science and reality. We hope you found it interesting, and remember, in real life we have a duty to protect our nature.